Hey guys, it's Mario Hoddo. And today it is the long-awaited video I've been trying to do for ages, and I just keep having problems trying to get the video sorted, but I should be good now. So finally, as you can tell by the title, I'm doing my League 2 table predictions. So without further ado, it's going to be an exciting season in League 1. I'm going to be trying to go to every game home and away yet again this season. I'm looking forward to it. Cannot wait to see the boys in black and white play again. We've got Wimbledon on Saturday, depending when this goes out. This might go out the day before. This is the Friday. I don't know how else I can prove it, but yeah, let's get into the video. So starting with the two relegated teams, I'm going to go for Harrogate to finish bottom, and I've put Crawley to finish 23rd. Now Harrogate, I don't think they're staying up. It's the squad depth, they're lacking a lot, and that's something you can't really have a lack of in League 2. You need squad depth with all the games because not everyone's going to stay fit all season. The squad as well does not seem League 2 level. A couple of their signings are okay at best, but their squad doesn't seem that right level, and I think their fairy tale in League 2 will be done. Now Crawley 23rd, I'm not convinced with any of their signings. Orsi, of course I know, we all know that player as Town fans. But with all the other signings, I'm not too confident. And their owners, they've really screwed the club up. Like, they were a solid League 2 side since I remember them being in there. And I just don't think it's going to be enough. Hopefully, it's going to be a little bit more plain sailing with managers. Who knows? We'll never know. 22nd to 19th, I've got Crewe in 22nd. I've got Colchester in 21st. Newport 20th, and finally Accrington in 19th. Now Crewe, they've been on a decline recently. Their relegation, not last season, the season before, I think they're just on a bit of a decline right now. The summer, I don't know, maybe going on behind the scenes, but something's not right about Crewe. Losing Dan Hadji is a really bad thing, a really crucial thing to them. They got quite a lot of goals last season, and some of the signings as well I'm not really familiar with, and I don't think it's going to be good. They'll do just enough to stay up, I think, because of Crawley and Harrogate being not League 2 level, I'm going to say. I'm probably going to regret this because I did put Stevenage bottom last season. But, yeah, Crewe, I'm going to say 22nd. Colchester 21st. Squad's not really that strong. There's only one signing I can really point out that is of note at all, which is LSE Andolo from Swindon. He's a decent player, to be fair. Every year Colchester, they play awful and they just stay up. So I'm going to keep it that simple. They're going to keep where they are, to keep their League 2 stature and remain in League 2 for another season. 20th place, I've put Newport. Bogle, keeping him, that's a really good thing. But the squad don't really revolve around him. You need the whole squad as well to be up to that level. Is it strong enough? Maybe, maybe not. But I think they'll do enough to stay up to... not today. Oh, my English ain't on today, man. Jeez. Yeah, the squad's not really that strong enough, I think. But they'll, again, do just enough like Crewe and Colchester will. And, yeah, not really much help from the fans either. Quite empty, home and away. I know they've got one of the longest travels in the total of all this season. They've got a couple of good ones though this season. They have Wrexham in back in League 2 for the first time in 15 years, but we'll get onto them later in the video. And 19th, I put Accrington. Transfer window's not really much to shout about. Not really many signings that I can really point out saying, wow, that's a really good signing. And I just don't think they're going to have... They could settle into League 2, but I don't think it's going to be as good as maybe some Accrington fans may believe. I could be wrong. I'm not an Accrington fan, obviously. 18th to 14th. 18th, I have Tranmere Rovers. 17th, Sutton. 16th, Barrow. 15th, Morecambe. 14th, Walsall. So Tranmere, I put them 18th. might come as a shock compared to they've got a couple of decent signings. They've signed Connor Jennings and Christian Dennis. Christian Dennis being one of the top goal scorers last season. My opinion, I don't think it's going to gel. I think Tranmere is an awkward one to predict every season because some of the transfers are amazing, but they can lose some decent players. I don't know if Darius Cogley has gone yet or not. I'm not familiar with that. I didn't do my research enough. But Dennis will do enough to keep him up. I'm going to keep saying that his goals will contribute to them this season a lot. Pretty much like James Norwood used to do when he was there at Tranmere. And yeah, he'll do enough to keep him up. That's all I've got to really say. Sutton 17th, just boring. Not really anything in the transfer window. I know they signed Amari Patrick, which is decent, playoff final experience and goal scorer. But I'm not expecting much from this year. I've always been nice to see an underdog story and them almost getting playoffs. It really fell apart, so I'm not really going to be keen on them going for a playoff run this season. Could be wrong. I was wrong so much last year. 16th, but Barrow. Yes, they finished quite high in the top half last season, which is remarkable for their team. But losing Josh Gordon is a major one. He contributed to about 16, 17 goals. Just himself. Not many signings to make of note either. And I think it's just going to be quite a boring season in mid-table for the Cumbrians this season. 15th, I've put Morecambe. It's just going to be an alright season. Back in League 2 after their first promotion in 2021, the year we got relegated. But it's just going to be in expectations where they've been mid-table, fair enough. And they've got to try and find goals without Cole Stockton. Obviously losing him to Burton. They need to find a goal scorer, and I don't know where that's going to come from. But their squad is strong enough to stay up, and I think they'll finish mid-table. 14th, I've put Walsall. Walsall, I've liked their signings that they've made. With the signings also they had in January with Jimbo Mack coming in. He's a quality striker to have in League 2, nicking him off Forest Green Rovers, another team in this league. It could be a potential dark horse because I think Walsall, they could either finish mid-table or they could finish anywhere higher. I'm looking forward to see these lot play. Keep an eye out for them this season especially because there could be something going on here. 13th to 9th place. 13th I've got Doncaster, 12th Swindon, 11th Forest Green Rovers, 10th Wimbledon and 9th Grimsby Town. 13th Doncaster, same with Walsall. Signings have been really good. I think maybe some things going on behind the scenes at Doncaster may still affect people in the back of their minds, fans and maybe players and coaching staff. It could affect them a lot, as a lot of people may know. It could affect anyone, things behind the scenes. But it will be an improvement from last season. Their signings do look really good. Again, I'm excited to see them play. I want to see if it'll be a bit more exciting football under Danny Schofield this season. I don't even know if he's the manager. I'm just waffling at this point. 12th, I put Swindon. No Johnny Williams, that's a big loss as well. He was a really key player for them last season. Contributed to many goals and assists. One of the better players. And I think the squad's actually quite downgraded. I have still put them mid-table though, because I think the manager will keep them in a... what's the word? The manager will just keep them in a constant state. I know Swindon are not the most consistent, but I reckon they'll do a good job. They'll finish mid-table. Not too bad for the ex-Premier League side. I mean, if you put it like that, then that's quite bad, actually. 11th, I have put Forest Green Rovers. I like the signings that they've made. They've got a couple quality players bringing in, which I quite like. There is definitely quality in that squad, but I'm only going to put them 11th, only because I think the level of League 2 has increased massively since they were last here in 2022. 10th place, I have put AFC Wimbledon. Again, the same as Forest Green, they've made some quality signings, taking fellow League 2 players off the other clubs, which something you can harm your opponents by nicking some of their players. A decent squad is being built here, and I think Wimbledon could be starting a rise back up. And I did put them as playoff winners last season. I was very wrong with that. But I think they can finish 10th this season, and I'm quite excited to see how Plough Lane will be, especially with that stadium which I finally visited and ticked off my stadium list. 9th, I have now put Grimsby Town. I'll be honest, I've never been so confident about a Town squad since I don't know, since I've probably been able to talk. But I'm really confident in this squad. I like what Paul Hurst is doing. He knows what he's going for. He knows his plan. He knows how he wants the season to pan out. I mean, we all want it in our own ways, but he knows what his expectations are. And I think we're probably the ones to watch this season. We're being tipped for big things with our signings of Camille Conte, Danny Rose. Pike is also a good one, even though he is currently injured. There is rumours going around that we're signing Arthur Ganawa as well, ex-Macclesfield, Morecambe and Bolton. Forward, I don't even know if he's a striker. I remember her saying in his interview that he can play in behind or out wide. And yeah, that's what I've got. 8th place and the playoffs. 8th, I have put Mansfield Town. I'm excited to see these players. Some of the signings that they've made is quality. Aidan Flint is probably the bigger one, quite literally at the same time. He's a really good signing, promoted with Sheffield Wednesday last summer. And I've always think he's a Championship or League One level player. So having that in your team, with all the experience he also has, is a major thing to have. And I'm very excited to see them play on the 8th of August. I will be there, I will be vlogging it. Can't wait to see it. And yeah, now for the playoffs. 7th place, I've gone for Notts County. David McGoldrick, what a signing from Luke Williams. Yes, McGoldrick obviously came back to his first club, which I can't really argue. It's a great signing, having one of the best strikers in League One last season, playing for a League Two club that just got promoted from the National League. 6th place, I've put MK Dons. I just think MK Dons could have a chance to bounce straight back up. They've got a really decent squad compared to last season when they were struggling to score goals. Do anything last season, it was quite a boring season. But they do have Abo Issa's brother in Mo Issa. Can't wait to see the Issa brothers play against each other, see if there'll be anything there. But MK Dons 6th, I reckon they will lose to who have put 5th place in the playoff semi-finals. So they will remain in League 2, but it'll be a playoff campaign for MK Dons to look forward to. 5th place are my playoff winners. I am putting Gillingham. I think they'll be going up this season. The new owners have completely transformed the squad. It's incredible how much on the rise I think everyone's going to expect them to be. I reckon they will be on the rise compared to the start of last season. Everyone thought they were going to go down. But now I reckon they'll finish 5th, and I reckon they will go up in the playoffs, beating Notts County in the playoff final, which I think will be a really good season to remember for all Gillingham fans as they are back on the up. 4th place, I'm putting Salford City. Salford, every year, they have a playoff campaign and they bottle it. That is pretty much it. But some really decent signings. They're taking players from League 2 clubs as well. They've got a couple of players from the leagues above to drop down as well to them. It's a classic Salford transfer window, getting quite high profile players or well-known players that are League 2 level or even above. But I think they'll come up short once again and finish 4th place, losing to Notts County in the playoff semi-finals. The top 3, I reckon you've probably figured out what the top 3 is going to be. 3rd place, reluctantly, I have put Wrexham. I just think their squad is absolute top quality. It's League 1 level. The players that they've got at hand is just unreal for this level. Yes, Mulling is injured for a while with his punctured lung. I hope he's okay. But they've still got quality. Signing Will Boyle, which I think is their only signing. They've been really calm in the transfer window, which I think is what a lot of people didn't expect. I think they all expect to just splash it out on any other players. Keeping Ben Foster as well, keeping that experience, the Premier League and England international experience, is something you really want in this league to get yourself up. And I reckon they will do it, clinching 3rd place in League 2 and into League 1. 2nd place, I have put Bradford City. Bradford, they've made quality signings once again, and I reckon this is finally their time to get promoted. I predicted them to finish 3rd last season, and they didn't do that. They bottled it in the playoffs to Carlisle. But I think this is finally their time to get promoted and return to League 1. My champions of League 2 this season, it is Stockport County. The signings that they've made is absolute quality, top notch. It is going to be exciting at Edgeley Park. But will we still be the bogey team? Will Grimsby beat them again? I doubt it. With the signings of Nick Powell, that is a crazy signing from Stoke, ex-Man United youth player. I think they signed Jordan Smith as a keeper as well. That's another good signing. Louis Barry, ex-Barcelona and Aston Villa youth player, on loan for a season. It's going to be good at Edgley Park. It's going to be a great time. Can't wait for the season to start, especially with these predictions. I've probably got every single one wrong. So last season I forgot to do the video, but I was going to do a video reacting to my playoff... Nope. Oh my god, my English today. I was going to do a video reacting to my predictions from last season, and every position I got wrong would have been a point. And yeah, I think I got about 114 points. So that's how many places I got wrong. That mainly got contributed from Stevenage finishing second when I put them bottom. But that's all over now. Let's hope I can improve this season. If you like this video, please sure to leave a like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Follow me on Twitter, it's Maranahado. Follow my Twitter at Maranahado and my TikTok at Maranahado. And yeah, comment down below your predictions. And yeah, see you guys next time.